competition with those guys, and I think that's what brings an extra bit out of them online, because typically Virtus.pro do underperform online. So, James, it's weird, isn't it? It's weird.
It is unusual. Well, Fnatic versus Virtus.pro. Going to be kicking things off with the Polish team on the T side. I imagine that was a pop flash into the B short area. And having possession of this gives the Virtus.pro side a lot of options towards A and towards B. JW though is in a bit of a sneaky spot, and maybe he hears a sound cue, possibly heard a door, and he can ring the alarm bells to his team. The rotation's coming in for both sides towards the A site now. JW's flank, will it result in anything? There is a play coming in long late for the Virtus.pro side as well.
Yeah, bomb goes down. Ooh, it's going to be planted, but they'll lose a member whilst that happens. So that's going to make things a little bit more awkward. Crims has the kit as well, and we'll have to see if the Fnatic players, the Swedes, can get onto this bomb site. It's going to be a defending hit, 2 players facing at once. Fnatic looking like they're going to be making a good entry right now. Neo's just in the smoke. He gets knifed. That is money for the AWPer, JW. That's really nice. Good start for Fnatic.
Yeah, the cash monies are in. Admiring the stickers there, but will keep his gun as it is superior in terms of range. So Fnatic off to a good start, only losing 1 player in that. So Neo can go for a scout's armor if he wanted to. I don't know. This is the best map for that on the T side, on an eco or a force buy. But the bomb is down for Virtus.pro. That's the important thing. So they are going to save and buy in the following round.
The really interesting thing here is that JW had a few decisions he could make. Of course, he could, he had $4,800 due to the fact that he got the knife in there. So that's really sick, right? Lots of money, and you think, oh, maybe JW's going to try to get the AWP out really early because there's going to be AKs on the third round. He can have an AWP for the AKs, but instead he opted to go for the M4, so he's strong in this round, and so that he has nades and full Kevlar and helmet and a kit as well. So JW's actually playing very economically and very safe. And I respect that, because I could see perhaps it would be tempting to just try to get a fast AWP and maybe cut a corner there, but he didn't. Yeah,
well, we saw that yesterday from an AWPer as well, but I do not remember which one it was. But it's more of a team effort in that regard, and I respect that. So Virtus.pro have shown some presence over towards A, received some nades, and they will move towards B. Crims has a good angle though, spotting the plays, bit of a tap coming in, and he's only going to get tiny bit, so he'll be good to hold. 11 bullets left, they have to come in to support and steal all the kills, it seems. Crystal to finish things off. That's going down, but won't be too worried. The FAMAS gets upgraded to an M4, so the Virtus.pro side will have the AKs, but again, the nades will be limited here, so executes won't be as easy as they otherwise would be, as they might be later on. I do like the flash we have from Virtus.pro into the short B area, similar to what the Luminosity side do as well on their T side. You can obviously flash yourself in basic ways, just throw a flash in the tunnel as you run in. But if somebody's boosted, they can easily avoid that and punish you, so it's a good flash to learn. Fnatic with an aggressive hold here around the smoke. Going well so far, JW and Flash are going to get 2 kills. A bit of a push coming in through the smoke, sprays coming in. But eventually, we'll be down to a 2 versus 2. So, war of attrition here around the birthday area. Whoever's birthday it was has surely been ruined now then.
Yeah, it's not the kind of birthday party that I would have in mind. But we do see that Virtus.pro have essentially a commanding advantage in this 2v2 because there's so much time left. And the cool thing is that Crims is deciding to actually push. That is the cool thing right now, because obviously that's going to give a lot of info for the team. That's kind of the risky business in this situation, is not having that info. Where do you go? And Crims is kind of slowly creeping up, and I think that he's going to be in a really good position here. In fact, I think by flanking in the way that he is, and you'd really see it work out like this, around like this, I think he's going to give Fnatic a good chance here. But Pleasant has to play it safe, I think. I think he's just got to let them go in for the plant, stay alive, try to delay a little bit and get Crims into position. And then if that can happen, I think that the kind of 2v1s that are possible with this surprise element of Crims is perfect. Oh no, Crims is going to miss the initial frag there. Pleasant then peeks out, and he did, credit to him, he did wait for Crims to take the surprise engagement, but Crims just needed to make that frag, and it would have been then a 1 versus, or 2 1 versus 1s, or a 2 versus 1 for Fnatic. But now,
nice.
Oh, it's going to be down to Crims with the clutch situation, and this is looking very difficult indeed. Very strenuous task ahead. He does get a nice frag. Is he just going to hold here? Oh, he's going for the manly hold, but it is unfortunate that Neo is too smart for that. He's going to peek after 3 seconds, and that's going to be the round for Virtus.pro. Oh, Crims played it so well, but he missed the shot. That's so funny.
It's I think people underestimate how much hang time there is when you jump at a reasonably close distance like that. You're pretty exposed in the air, and it is entirely viable for the opposition to react in time and kill you, as we saw there.
These days, everyone expects jumping as well. Everyone knows that that's possible. Whereas maybe a year ago, it wasn't so common. But now everybody knows all the jump angles. So it's just force by react
from the CTs. We've got the AWP double scout double CZ. All in straight away. JW has no armor either. For those of you learning this map, it's always good to see how Fallen plays this with Fur towards A. It's a 2-man setup, so the Fur supports close. He will also play close to connector while Fallen plays just between that gap where JW his crosshair is at the moment. So he's trying to get some pot shots here, but not receiving anything just yet. He needs to try to avoid being traded, and he's using the corners and the gaps in order to do so. Virtus.pro node is an AWP on the map, and they are moving pretty slowly. But again, they've only got a flash and 2 smokes left, but down JW goes. No answer from the CT side. Now things will get super difficult. Again, 2 scouts, 2 CZs. All Virtus.pro players moving onto the side. Those nades will help though, but they'll need more to connect if they are to have a better effect with these scouts.
Indeed, the bomb goes down, and I don't know, CTs, man, they're in a really poor economic situation. I believe they need to save next round, so I think that they should just save these, maybe play for exits, and but I would like to see them just guarantee themselves for weapons into the next round, because they're not buying in that next round, and by doing so they'll give themselves more opportunities to do damage. And hey, there you go, Pleasant can pick up an AK. That's an isolated AK. That's really a big win here for Fnatic. To be honest, actually giving away like that could be problematic. I am going to be very interested to see how Fnatic will play this next round now with the weapons and the armors that they have, because this is one of those spots where, I mean, it's not always going to happen, but maybe like 20% of the time Fnatic are going to somehow find awkward situations for Virtus.pro, and then they're going to capitalize, and they're going to win a round. With this much firepower, 2 scouts, an AK, 2 CZs, that's pretty significant when they're in the hands of Fnatic. Yeah,
this is pretty cool. It's an interesting situation for the Fnatic side, and I'm really curious to see how Virtus.pro propose to deal with it. They took the AWP, and it is onto Snax, who is currently AWPing for Virtus.pro. AWP seems to be rotating between Snax, Pasha, and Neo at present. But here we go. It seems the counter will be a fast play from Virtus.pro, knowing that there are scouts in the hands of Fnatic. They're going to play the close game, just going straight into the B-bomb site. Smokes, flashes. Everyone's flashed, both the Ts and the CTs, but still no frags for either side yet. And the Virtus.pro team will need to be weary of the CT side of the site. As flashes continue as JW pushes onto the site, pressing back, getting a frag. JW with another knife kill. We could have a 2-man spray on here for Pleasant. He's done great work here. Looking for Pasha, left alone with 30 HP versus 4. What does he do in this situation? Does he kind of suicide and try to take out as many CTs as possible, or just resign himself to the fact that they've lost a round and run away with it?
How does he get a knife kill? Again, James, it's only 4 rounds on. How does he do that? Where did it come from? How did he get a knife kill? I know he was just sitting there in water, and JW was the only guy that didn't have any Kevlar at all on the team. And we talked about that can be awkward sometimes when they have like an amalgamation of weapons like that. And
that's the problem with the smokes. They put the smokes down to kind of help guarantee a safer plant, but then JW abused that fact. With all the flashbangs flying around as well, just jumped off the back of the sewers onto the ledge, and away he goes.
JW is a fun player, isn't he? He's a really fun player.
So again, that smoke is quite powerful. As you're running towards Birthday, if you aim your smoke above the bin, or maybe a little bit to the left of it, I want to say, as you're running, you can jump on the ledge and see over the smoke. It's quite difficult for the T's to deal with. Snacks though with a very sharp shot. No AWP for the Virtus.pro side at the moment, but maybe they'll pick one up once again. Early frag for them in this 6th round. Fnatic with a 1-round lead at the moment. Again, their economy is by no means secure, so it is dangerous territory for the Swedish side at the moment. They've only got 1 scout this time though.
Yeah, indeed. It's a shame that JW. I mean, he did play really risky. He did get punished for it immediately. Fnatic in a lot of trouble right. Lesson can't get anything done. There's no one dead yet for the Virtus.pro side. The polls are all alive and kicking, although now VOD has been sent to the grave.
Plesson's position was good in the sense that the shadows exposed the T's as they pushed the site. So you can get your pre-fire game going, but the problem is it's still hard not to get traded there. With good timing, it is a multiple frag position, but I think a lot of the time it's a 1 frag position. So Fnatic trying to save once again. 2 players left. Crims has been spotted, and Virtus.pro will assume that the second player is there as well. Confirmed. Now Dennis takes down Pasha, so perhaps Fnatic can hold on to these weapons. They've done good damage in fairness to the Virtus.pro side, but again, it's them who will have the financial pressure, the economic turmoil. 3-3, Virtus.pro even things up again. This is a map where we used to see lots of 12-3 halves for the CT side. But people continue to learn and become more proficient at the map. So these rounds are less precious for the T side, but it's still a problem for the CTs. Only half the rounds on the board so far. And again, they have to buy do Fnatic, but there's no money left in the bank. Where is this smoke going? Aha. Is this from a different angle? Now that's the better way to do it. The guys who throw it so it bounces through Monster into the CT side of it is something that can be abused. I think Olofmeister's abused it before. Just dropping a pot flash through and then clearing out the B bomb site. Much less information for the CTs, so I do think it's a dangerous one when it's on the wrong side of Monster, but that's a nice clean smoke there for the CT side.
Yeah. Pleasant's awesome, but I miss Olofmeister. Don't do this these days. Stop making these references. You're going to see the push coming in here onto the A bomb site there, and it's like the cleanup is happening here, and that's going to allow the bomb to go down for Virtus.pro. Getting Fnatic. Taking these positions where they keep losing a lot. Like, even if they're winning the rounds, they're losing a lot in the process. And retake effort is going to arrive, but just with 3 players. And you've got to like Virtus.pro's chances. They're all on the Virtus side. First kills coming in, but trades as well. CTs are losing time though. And Neo and Pasha. Oh, Pasha's got a Molotov, James. There it goes. Oh, it's not deep enough.
Is it close enough?
Oh, it is?
Oh, the hero defused. No! Oh, he was so close. And Crims was like, oh my god, no! And he's running away. Crims, I think he.
That was insane.
I think. Oh, you know what? I think Crims maybe just about didn't have enough time to do that.
Yeah.
But I would have gone for it.
I think Pleasant died maybe like 0. That was incredibly close. That was definitely like 100 milliseconds or something.
He was the hero Fnatic deserved, and not the one they needed.
100 milliseconds. Yeah, that was so close. Oh my god, I actually thought that molly missed. I was like, oh, that's too shallow. But Pasha got it, man.
Yeah, so the troubles continue for Fnatic. And again, they have a similar buy to a previous round. Double CZ, the scout, the AK saved by Crims, and Virtus.pro, perhaps with another fast play towards the B bomb site. They've got control of short B as well, which is always a massive problem for the CTs when the Ts are in control. Down goes Dennis. Blessing trying to respond. He's trying to stay alive at the same time. This is spray. Goes for the sandbags, but Pasha will spray him down.
Like sand. Everywhere, James. The sand is everywhere. Now Crims is going to be taking up the audience. Maybe, just maybe, with this boost. Oh yes, we're going to get another frag from Fnatic. They've actually evened things up here, and Snacks is low. Neo's tagged. There is hope here for the Swedes. Such a disappointing situation, such a disappointing round. But once again, even if they win this round, Virtus.pro got another bomb down, and Snacks can do more damage. There is one quick headshot. There's still time here for Fnatic. Still time. And time will be enough indeed to get the defuse. But they lost 3 players. But to be honest, after losing that last round, they probably didn't give a damn. They're like, thank God, we won a round again. Thank you. Thank the Lord. Praise the Lord, James. Praise the Lord. I'm not religious, that makes sense, but...
Okay. 4-4. Virtus.pro now going to have some troubles on the buy. Snax and Pasha have a bit more money than the other guys.
What are they gonna do?
So let's see what they go for. We've got Deagles coming out. No nades though. I mean, we've seen the smokes on the B sites to get the plant, etc. It seems Virtus.pro's priority is pain, as Clubber Lang would say, to be inflicted onto the Fnatic side.
Yeah, I mean, they know that Fnatic don't have any money. So I'm surprised that they didn't go for more of a quasi actually. But, oh my goodness, JW, my goodness, that was. Let's move on from that immediately. Let's forget that ever happened. Poor JW. We've all had those days. I'm having those days almost every day now, James.
Yeah.
That is my life.
So.
Uh-oh.
Remember that moment next time people watch the Play It Cool highlights.
Oh, I can't believe you lost just by highlighting that. So reminding people about Play It Cool. Now this is going to be fun, isn't it? Crims is going to be, oh, he's got help now. Oh, that is some assist. That is what I call assistance, James. That is assistance. Crims has assistance, and now Virtus.pro don't know what to do. I think they are a little bit lost for a plan here, due to the fact that Fnatic have some decent positions. They're going to try to get back into the A site, but you can see that Dennis is causing so much issue. 2 kills, or issue.
Issue.
Issue. Some people say issue, but the thing is that actually that means you're pronouncing the word properly.
I like saying issue for fun. But there we go.
Tissue.
Neo left with 2 HP, is the only man for his team here. Can he get the... He can't plant there actually, but he can plant here. But surely he's not going to, because there are 2 guys coming in from the lose. The lavatory's down. Flusher to finish off with the CZ. So Fnatic hold 4 plays surviving for them. Can they have a run of good health, Dan? That's the question. The AK is coming back out now for Virtus.pro.
When I was at school, they would always call it the lavatory. You'd have to say, "Excuse me, sir, can I go to the lavatory?" And that's how you would ask to use the bathroom to alleviate yourself. But I am curious if Fnatic will be alleviating themselves of their current issues with a lack of momentum. We are going to see Dennis going for the push. He has actually been a little bit more on today than we saw him yesterday.
Nice flash.
But he doesn't get any entries there. The flash, as you say, does actually allow him to retreat to a more safe position. But
JW's in the toilet. So but I really think that he could have just thrown a flash over the wall for Dennis. That would have helped him a lot there. Yeah. I don't think you really see that actually on overpass at the moment. There we go. JW's just not hitting the shots at the moment. And down he goes. But yeah, just really quickly, I never see support flashes thrown from mid to long.
Well, I mean, he had 1 flash from somewhere, but it wasn't very ready because he had to 2 flashes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess the thing is also Dennis, when he realized that they were rushing him in the position, he's so forward of the position that I think he can't call the reaction in time there. And you know, those 2 frags mean that the Pro just win the round straight up, because they get onto the bomb site too quickly. Their position is too good, and you can see that they're not going to be missing these shots as well. They are quite low here, so Fnatic have done some damage, but this was definitely it's definitely over after those 2 frags towards A, and that is a big problem right now, because I don't think Fnatic have any cash. Let's have a quick check on their money. Okay, so yeah, their money really sucks, to be honest. They will be a reset as well, so $1,400 for them.
This is a difficult CT side for Fnatic so far. Virtus.pro neck and neck with them. That bodes well for the Polish side on the first map of this best of 3. So let's see if JW can warm up before it's too late. Only 5 frags for him at the moment, with the expensive buys obviously being the AWP for the team, so he needs to wake up a bit. Pleasant putting in work. He's up there with Dennis. 9 and 10 frags respectively. On 11, as you can see there. So both teams back on the buy here, but again Fnatic feeling the pressure with 2 pistols onto Pleasant and Flusher. The aggression coming out from Fnatic as well. Had they been hurt,
yeah, but Virtus.pro have good positions for this. They expect it. The flash does come out as well, and the trades will not work out for Fnatic in the end. And it should be another easy round for Virtus.pro to clean up from this point forwards. They just have to play together. Look at this. They're going to go all the way up long together. it should be pretty impossible, unless there was like an AWPer on the A sites playing long. It should be impossible for there to be trades. Sorry, for there to be tradeless kills for Virtus.pro. But and you can see Dennis is already just thinking, okay, how do I save this gun? Where do I go to save this gun? And he is indeed going to be retreating towards B, but he might want to hold his position soon because he's not convinced exactly where Virtus.pro are going to finish. Although he probably has an idea that it's going to be A. You will hear the smoke as well, and Virtus.pro doing enough so far to take an edge in this matchup. And it does definitely seem like Fnatic are not really hitting or firing on all cylinders right now. I think the key thing, as you say, is JW is missing a lot of shots, and without JW hitting some of these shots, like retakes are not possible.
Yeah.
And then Virtus.pro get to gain too much ground too quickly, and it makes such a big difference.
The savage aggression style is really rare on the CT side of overpass towards playground. And the reason is because it's dangerous, extremely dangerous for the CT side. Very, very hard to make work, especially to push that deep. I don't know if that smoke from the ramp there was thrown by the CTs. I can only imagine, I can only assume it was. But which is a bit telling as well. You can see Virtus.pro stacking towards the playground in the numbers. So I think Fnatic, over aggression, I don't think is going to take them where they need to be. But I mean, they tried to rush Virtus.pro and they survived with 4 players to the Polish side. So Fnatic need a drastic change, and now's the time to talk about it because we have 4 rounds left in the first half, and this will be an eco from the Fnatic side, expecting an AWP onto JW in the following round.
With Fnatic's recent form, they need to win overpass to have a chance to win the series, in my opinion, because I think their chances just dramatically go down map by map after this one, and we're going to see Virtus.pro again just clearing things out. I mean, they're up against nothing except Dennis's save from the previous round, so as expected here from Virtus.pro, they're just getting the kills, only losing Pasha. The 1 for 2 is acceptable. Nice little pickup from Neo there as well. And yeah, I mean, you know, there's a Train next, so you have to favour Virtus.pro for Train, given Fnatic's current form. I mean, how can you not?
If JW, that can't be deliberate. If JW is not AWPing, then then that's worrying. That's a worrying start for Train. Obviously, Dennis can AWP as well. Olofmeister was one of their premier AWPers, but yeah, Dennis can pick up the AWP. Prims can as well. Even Flusher can AWP. So we'll see if they choose the multiple AWP route. But before we get there, they need to survive here. Flusher's picks up an AK, and both players are looking good for the save for the time being. But again, the rounds are starting to run out for them to win.
Indeed. Gaben has nerfed Fnatic, James. Why would he do this?
Yeah, trying times for the Swedish side. But again, Virtus.pro having a bit of a resurgence despite their It's quite a nice one, Flusher.
Yeah, that's actually...
Show me the vax in the chat.
That's actually awesome, because that's actually really smart. Because he knows when the bomb's exploding, because he can hear it, right? So he has a very good idea that there can be players there at that timing. So, yeah. Very nice, very smart. And Virtus.pro pick up round number 7, and they go to a double AWP. James, I don't know about double AWP. I don't know if it's necessary. I'm hoping that, I'm quite curious though, and how they're going to use it. And to be fair, double AWP is quite good if they're getting rushed every round, and they kind of have been getting rushed in many of these rounds by Fnatic in one sense or another.
Yeah, so slow start from Virtus.pro. And Fnatic have toned it down a little bit. They're not going to get they're not going to get too cheeky towards the playground area, holding passive. So this may be quite the slow round, as Virtus.pro needs to establish where the CTs aren't, including long, including the toilets area, including short B.
The lavatories.
Virtus.pro with little significant map control at present. So indeed, establishing it will take time. They have over a minute with which to do so. Neo. Is that a smoke towards long, I want to say? Let's have a look. No, it's towards B. I thought he was in a completely different area based on the corner of the wall he was looking at. Quite specific. Oh, there we go. Seems a bit of a fake from Virtus.pro here. Barley's going to be the one-man harassment force, and indeed he will take short B on his own. Again, that's powerful. That gives Virtus.pro the option to rotate quickly from A to B should they want to. They've shown the bomb over towards long. You've got the smokes coming down. Pleasant is moving back. Flusher tagged in toilets area, but he will get the frag. Pasha going down as well. At the same time, Bayali's trying to push to the feet, maybe trying to offer a rotation for Virtus.pro, but he's going to get taken down. And now Neo is alone versus 4. A good hold so far from Fnatic. Neo with 3,200 in the bank, so not rich by any means. But he wants to do a bit more damage. Dennis coming in from the back. And that will be that. The score remains close.
Yeah, keeping it close. Fnatic are doing well to do that, but I wonder, I mean, they are giving themselves enough to work with, so there is possibility. So, you know, maybe it's just a case of warming up a little bit. Perhaps they can have a more resurgent, stronger second half here, but so far, doing enough. Doing enough could be better, of course, you know, a little bit CT side of this map, depending on the teams a little bit, but Virtus.pro now will be going for what looks to be like what looks like it could be a split into B. Pretty telegraphed to us, as we can see the Suez control immediately, 3 players with the bomb towards Monster, and in they go. Crims there on the barrels, 20% there as the flashes will find their way in front of the Virtus.pro players, and they are stuck in the tunnel, but slowly entering their way out onto the bomb site. Very well done here by Virtus.pro, and this looks tough here for Fnatic. There are 3 players, and this is a hard site to hold on to for the T's, so there is still hope here for Fnatic, should they decide to go for it, which I think that they will, and that they should. But, you know, it's down to all these grenades first. Still some grenades here. Taz with a molly and a flashbang. That's it for the team side. And there come the duels once again. Taz denying Pleasant from up top as Flusher and JW try to battle their way in. But honestly, at this point, surely it's starting to look rather grim here for the Swedes. And Taz is going to have to reload there after picking up the flag. But JW, he's surely screwed in this position. What can you do? Oh, that was close. Very close, but not close enough.
Last round of the first half. Fnatic are able to buy, but it is a mixed bag. Dennis might end up being on a Deagle, for example. Double AWPs though, big guns coming out for Fnatic, trying to give themselves the best advantage they can. So double AWPs. Dennis will indeed buy the Deagle. The Mag 7 onto J-Dubs. And Pleasant once again on the CZ. Has got a few CZ kills already in this match. So Fnatic with some aggression towards the connector area at the moment, and they could go for a fast flank here. Indeed, Dennis only has a pistol to lose, so he is pushing towards the other side, and there might be a kink in the armor for Virtus.pro here. Dennis coming in from the back, and again, Virtus.pro's passive start. That's a great beginning. The AK comes up, and down goes Dennis to Taz. I do wonder if it was worth a knife there, because if he just shoots him in the back of the head, then at least he can try to shoot any more plays that could be envisioned. That said, if Dennis starts strafing...
He couldn't see the other player there, though. I think he thought it was clear.
If Dennis starts strafing, then... sorry, if his opponent starts strafing, then he might miss the shot. So, in that sense, there is a worthy argument for the knife. Fnatic at a man disadvantage now.
Yeah, 2 AWPs, though. And it's on Flusher and Crims. And like you said, pretty much everyone on Fnatic is a very capable AWPer. So just give them that, an opportunity, and they will find frags. And Flusher is going to be in a pretty interesting situation. It might work out here because pretty much everyone's coming from Monster Tunnel, and if Flusher's just looking here, he might get some good shots in. That is a misclick. That is going to make things quite difficult because they can move faster in. But that nade will save him somewhat. Repositioning once again, buying time for the rotation. Oh, again, missing the snap there. Flusher just off with the AWP as well, and that's going to bode very poorly for the side now. But Pleasant finding perfect timing to push the smoke, delay the plant. 1 versus 1 now for Jolly, 7 seconds, and Crims is going to hit the AWP shot. Thank you, somebody did, and it was Crims actually with 2 in that round. So Crims is going to save Fnatic, give them 7 rounds on the CT side, but it really felt like they had so many opportunities. But we saw a lot of misses today from Fnatic, uncharacteristic indeed, and against a team like Virtus.pro, you do get punished.
Yeah, you do wonder if they went in cold here with no warm-up. I know there's a mixed martial arts fighter called Robbie Lawler who, in his younger days, used to just walk in absolutely cold into his fights until he pulled his hamstring down. Then he started to warm up.
Yeah.
He learned the hard way.
I thought for some reason you were going to say he walked in just drunk or something, or like completely wrecked from the night before.
Not that bad.
Not envious tier.
That would be more Tank Abbott tier.
The envious tier.
Where he was just a beer-swilling brawler.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Go in there, throw down for 12 seconds down, then run out. The tank would be empty.
To be fair, I mean, I guess if you just have some alcohol in the system, you're a fighter. That actually can make sense because it's going to be.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, it can make some sense from the fact that You can make an argument because obviously as an anesthetic effect, like anesthesia, so they're going to feel as much pain, James. You can go longer, get hit more. It's great. I can take more hits. Maybe if that's the strategy, I'm just going to take as many hits as possible.
It's an interesting way.
I didn't say it was a good strategy. I just said it was a strategy. So it is going to be pissed around in the second half here. And JW, oh, he's got a money position. JW is being a sneaky little bugger on the pistol rounds. Last one he got a knife round. Last anti-force, rather force buy, he got a knife round, a knife out of it, as well as a pistol round. And he's finding all these positions here to sneak up on his opponents. Very, very nice by JW. Early advantage as well. And that's going to put a lot of pressure on the CTs. But now Fnatic are deciding to just go for it now. And Neo's going to pick up a frag to even things up. That's nice. And I think they've got a good feeling as to what's going on right now. There's 3 CTs here to attention on the A site. So Fnatic will have a hard time getting in. But Flusher, he's going to open a new door for the team. And they'll be able to rotate through connector back to B really quickly. And this is perfect here. That's what an important entry frag for Flusher. Like, that was sexy, James.
Yeah, but they need more because the bomb is being planted, so now they have to force the issue. Neo has a kit. He's still holding the high ground at 5 HP. If he gets taken down there, then that kit's going to be well out of position. Bialy will go down. Trades coming in for both sides. Now it's Neo at 5 HP versus 2. Needs to get the headshots here. Crims is baiting him, and now he realizes that both players know where he is, so he's got to look for the trade frag at East Crescent, but Crims will finish off the job through the panel in the face. 8-8 will be the score.
Yeah, Virtus.pro, will they go for a force buy? I really don't know. I mean, they might go halfway, just get some like 5 deeks or something. I mean, the 5 deeks thing is actually pretty viable because obviously the force buy is usually going to be the value of $1,500 immediately, and some teams with lots of strong aimers can just do a lot of deeks, 2 rounds in a row, or just some deeks here and then save next round, and you can kind of get some damage in. But they've gone for a light investment indeed. It's pretty close for Nico. 1 Deagle for Taz, 1 for Bialy, PT50s and CZ. No Kevlars and 1 flash. I do really think that having a couple flashes is really smart because instead of a CZ, you can, for the same value, get a PT50 and a flash. And that flashbang can get you kills, James. Get you kills. Or even win a round in some spots too.
Pash has had his bell rung. Full out nade comes through, but there will be no connection because he has also made his exit. Crescent's gone down, and Pasha comes back to the well, and he will fall. So the numbers game is evened up. Fnatic still have a minute on the clock here to clean out this eco round. Oh, Taz down to 7 HP. Still alive though, still able to bait for his teammate. You can see Snax is holding the off angle at the end of long. Neo is, oh, that's a perfect molotov there, but there you go, timing. JW flash will get the kill regardless. Neo is over towards Optimus. 30 seconds for Fnatic. Down to 3 players now versus 3 players. Wow. AK picked it up. It's working out well for Virtus.pro. And I was going to mention it in the first half, but I'll do it once this round has concluded. Has forced off the angle as the bomb goes down. And he's coming up looking for the 1 JW is 1 shot away from dying, and he's the man on the site, so Fnatic needs to be careful here. That Deagle can do 55 damage in 1 shot, and he's got 36.
Might as well just try to get the kills. But it looks like he's actually going to back away. Keep the Deagle for the next round. The cool thing here for Taz is that actually he went down to 7 HP, then still got 2 frags with the Deagle, which just shows you the power of the Deagle sometimes. Because if you just need that 1 shot, it's like an AWP in that sense. You get the 1 shot, and then it's obviously allows you to move faster than an AWP, and you can take the shot on the angle and get to cover very quickly. And if you hit the shot, it's hard to trade that player. Terrorists win. Taz is going to make some money. Ooh, is he going to get discovered? Oh, he's going to actually just hide. Very smart. Going to keep the Deagle alive. He could have got a shot in there. Maybe he hits it.
That's curious.
At most, he loses $700.
Yeah, I think he should have gone for the kill. But anyway,
yeah, you're probably right.
I like how Virtus.pro put the players on the site. It's quite powerful, especially towards the A site, in terms of ecos, to have a crossfire there that spread out and get picked off in isolation, where the T's can use the ranges better. So yeah, I always like to see stacks on the A site, basically on ecos, on pass specifically.
Considering all the nades that Fnatic used to clear the A site, and how well they played that, VP did loads of damage.
They did,
so,
yeah.
So it's actually amazing how well the VP did there. Because Fnatic actually played it like really well.
It seems clear to me that Virtus.pro have been working hard recently in the matches we have seen of them of late.
Yeah, I really like Virtus.pro as a team. Anyway, let's see if they can do something here before I go into a tangent about Virtus.pro. Doesn't look like much is going to be going on here for Virtus.pro. This is much more expected. Fnatic running an anti-eco, so they execute it just as well as the last round. Except this round, there are no deagles to one-shot them really, except for Taz's, and he doesn't connect. So it will be economic round for Fnatic. And they look like they're doing well right now, but we don't really know, I think, how the CT side, or rather the second half, will shape up, because we're only just now getting to see how the CT side of Virtus.pro will look. And I felt like Fnatic could have done a lot better with their opportunities. So maybe Virtus.pro will get the aggression working where Fnatic couldn't, and they will be flashed away early on, and then they're going to go back to counter. It's probably a spot for Fnatic to get aggressive, but then kind of sort of commit to the aggression and like leave players forwards and get picked off here or there. But Virtus.pro playing it very safe, going back into more reasonable setups, and allowing Fnatic to come to them. And Fnatic themselves are playing it very slow indeed, slowly getting that control into sewers. They have connector now as well, but they don't have toilets. The lavatories are not yet occupied, but here they go. They're going to go make the play. Ooh, the snap here from Snacks. He is going to be really, really on point on that shot. That is fantastic, that flick. And that's been slow to slide down. And Fnatic is slowly but surely running out of grenades. They have 3 smokes left, so they have just enough grenades now to take a bomb site, but not much more.
Pasha will hear the player jumping around looking for some info, but the bomb is over towards B, so he may give the wrong information to his team, unbeknownst to him, if the rotation comes in through connector. It seems Fnatic are setting up for a fake wall of smokes on the site, perhaps. Seems they might be going for a bank option. Oh, well, never mind. Oh, Pasha with a 3K. Again, he hears a sound. All that sound made him a little bit curious, and he has completely ruined the execute for Fnatic. We used to see that happen to GT, actually, to Existence's old team on Cash, on 8. They'd all be setting up for the nades, then a boost would come over, and they'd just get wiped up. Very nicely done by Pasha, an important frag for him.
No one died for Virtus.pro. That's a really big deal. No one died. I mean, the thing about the CT side is that the nades are so expensive too, that is such a sick spot to be in, because then they can just restack on all the nades and keep playing their game. And Fnatic, their buy looks pretty awful. They really need to get some damage in here. They cannot afford to let Virtus.pro claim more clean rounds. And WC Connector, much faster pace this round from Fnatic. Already in the sewers, already deep in Connector. They don't have toilets just yet, but will they be interested in that? Perhaps they're just going to go for a set piece into the B bomb site, and they've yet to really test how that's going to look against Virtus.pro on full buy. But maybe they think that could be where the edge is, and I think it's worth testing. This could be the round to do it. They still have all the nades to do so, and they are still occupying sewers. Sewers.
That's getting cheeky. 1 minute on the clock for the Fnatic side. Again, they've got good control of short B. It is a powerful position, but there are still players over towards A, so if they get a pick here, then either they can call a rotation or it can pull a rotation in from the VP side. But Snacks is lurking on with the big green gun, and it seems he is moving into a more passive position now. He's alone on the A site with a flank coming in from Pasha. Pasha looking to cause more problems as Fnatic go for a fake towards A, but there's not much movement from Virtus.pro towards B. Seems they realised what was going on in the previous round, and they might expect it now, although they are indeed starting to move back. Now Snacks gets a kill deep into the A site. We should see a bigger rotation, but it seems Fnatic is going to rotate as well. JW getting caught in connector by Ali, and this could cause problems for the B side. Just getting stuck now, trying to move towards A. Bomb spotted, and the full rotation comes in from the CTs. 2 versus 4 for Virtus.pro.
Nice snap there from Snacks. Oh, there you go. And just as Snacks makes that kill, Pleasant did take down Bialy, and I was afraid that they wouldn't get many kills there, and just eked out an extra 2, but the problem is going to lie in this round where they don't really want to invest anything, because they want to maintain their economy somewhat for their next buy round. So their options to, again, deal damage and keep the economy down for Virtus.pro is limited here. So this, again, should be a money where Virtus can build some money in the bank, and we shall see.
In the back.
Right now, Virtus.pro, they look generally a bit more on top of things, a bit more on the ball than Fnatic were. Fnatic's performances individually seem to be up and down here and there. Got JW just creeping here through connector. And just as they should be, Virtus.pro are playing a very defensive setup because they know what's coming their way. They know that they should be using the range advantages, generally speaking, and not fiddling around in the close ranges deep into the T territory, essentially, or deep into the map. And Pasha will already spot one frag. He's much ahead of his teammates there. He wants the kills, and he will be rewarded with one. But there's 4 more Ts to find, and they are starting to move up to the toilets. Here they go.
Yeah, Patch has been racking up the kills for Virtus.pro recently, and he is continuing to play a bit aggressive here as Snax helps to cut down the numbers. Dennis looking at a fallen teammate there, but what can he really do in the situation? 10 to 10, and indeed Fnatic will continue to fall. That will speed up the bomb moving towards B, but there are 2 players waiting here with a bit of a crossfire in case a short push is coming in. Both coming in from long though, Flusher and Crims. Soon to be ready to get in the trenches, and there he will be left. 11 to 10 for Virtus.pro.
And yeah, the money is looking good for Virtus.pro. Fnatic need a good round now, and the nades aren't perfect. I wouldn't be surprised to see a fast set piece actually out of Fnatic. Again, it's something that they haven't really gone to, and they must absolutely have it. You would not really see it too much in the old school of thought with Fnatic, because generally they got so many skilled players. They're going to try to rely on those players to create setups to get picks. And nice tag there from Snax. Nate goes out to cover his retreat, but Prasha's also going to back away with Snax because they feel the presence of the Fnatic side. And Virtus.pro, look, they're set up now. This is really nice. Oh, the player spotted there through the smoke. The jump is caught, and Snax will make another frag there on top of the player who is already tagged by Snax, who might now get finished off. Yes, he will. Snax takes down Dennis as well. 3 AWP shots connected. 3 out of 3 there for Snax. What on earth do Fnatic do? They're starting to creep up long, but Snax realizes this. He's going to go for the rotation. Another connection. 4 of 4 shots. He has spotted Crims now, and Crims will get the spray down, punishing Snax, but only Snax dies, and his AWP can be retrieved, and it will be retrieved. And Virtus.pro with another clean round, James. That is clean as a surgery.
Those that peak, that jumping peak from the T at the beginning there is very, very common, and is a good angle to hold at the beginning of a round. Edward for Na'Vi used to do it every single round. Doesn't really do it anymore, but I always watch that. You know, if you have coaches watching matches and so on, back when he did do it every round, it was pretty much a free kill for the opposition, but nobody ever picked up on it. There we go. It's a fast play from Fnatic towards the B bomb site, or well, towards is correct, but they're not going to commit to it. You have Molotovs everywhere, slowing them down. And again, they are reduced to pistols and Kevlar. It's been, I mean, the score's pretty close, but doesn't tell the whole story. Fnatic have been struggling from start to finish here.
Yeah. That's actually a really weird thing about this, is that the score suggests that it is a close game, but it really doesn't feel like that at all. You're right. It is surprising, isn't it? That first half for Fnatic, they did somehow just get enough rounds. But now Virtus.pro is showing that this map is a little bit CT-sided, and they are going to start taking the reins. It's going to take quite something from Fnatic at this point, because the money's so good, and then they will get onto the bomb site. But now the rifle's going to be in play. 1 frag picked up, but will they get any more, or will it be just one single kill? And if you only get 1 frag, then the CTs, or whoever's winning the round, will always be gaining money, because every player gets from elimination $3,250. So between all 5 players, that's just a little over 15k. And if one guy dies, he's usually going to be spending 5k. And if you ignore the nades costs, that means that your economy is growing if you only lose 1 player. So 13-10, Virtus.pro looking good. Another buy round coming in from Fnatic, and this time more aggression from Virtus.pro. Risky business, but will it pay off?
Angles being held while the smokes in the various positions leave mysteries behind them. Mysteries for Fnatic to try and solve. They are 3 rounds behind the Virtus.pro side at present, who now with good timing start to move back, retreat away from the toilets, which will need to be cleared by Fnatic. They've got a fair amount of time to do so. They're going for a bit of a shoulder kick there, but it's being pulled out by JW, coming through connector. Early frag here for Fnatic. That's the frag they needed. 2 players in long, could come in for the flank, and Fnatic could get sandwiched on the A sites here. Are they going to check? Indeed, there is a flank coming in from, I believe, Pasha, but we still have Flusher, who is lurking towards Party. So problems for both sides. 2 frags, 3 frags coming in really quickly for Virtus.pro. So Fnatic are looking good, but the chances are disappearing quickly. Dennis going for a fake now, but Bialy will just give him time to rotate. Perhaps Dennis has heard him coming in for the peak, and now JW gets taken down, so it's Dennis versus 3, and indeed the sandwich will come in, and he will be made the mincemeat down.
Yes. Yes, he will, the mincemeat. Which now makes me think of, who's the player that got backed in the middle of...
Didn't get backed. You thinking of Joel's?
Oh yes, Joel's didn't get backed. Sorry, who was I thinking of that got backed?
It was Emilio who got backed.
Emilio, yeah, sorry. I guess I just associated them for some reason, I don't know why, my brain.
That's a weird one. Well, 4-round lead for the Virtus.pro side. Fnatic with guns, but next to no nades, a flash and a smoke, and the flash has been deployed. I hope it was worth it, because they need everything they can get, and they can't get much. Again, aggressive positioning here from the CT side. JW spot Pasha. Indeed, I thought that was not the safest of positions, and he will indeed be punished for it. A little bit cheeky there. But Fnatic got some early pick in the previous round. Didn't end up paying for much, but Virtus.pro had a nice flank because they had two people deep in long. They don't have that on this occasion. That said, Bialy is in T-spawn there.
Yeah, Bialy is going to be the end of the road and the line potentially for Fnatic if they do not speed things up or perhaps catch him. And he's going to. I think he spotted an elbow. Yes. Oh, there you go. I like how he just gets the kill, falls back. Advantage now. He doesn't have to do anything. He just stay here and see what the reaction is from Fnatic. He's going to hit a stepping up on connector, peeks out, drops Flusher. Now there's another 1 versus 1. Bialy picks up 3 1 versus 1s there.
Beautiful.
And that's the round over. Virtus.pro always finding ways to be ahead of Fnatic, whether it's Snacks hitting all these shots, whether it's the flanking kills, whether it's even allowing them to take a site and just go for the retake. They are hitting the shots and they are outplaying Fnatic right now, which is nice to see from Virtus.pro. It's very hard to know what to expect from them when it comes to online matches. You know that they're capable of beating the best teams, but you don't always, I think, see their A game. And now we're seeing it. I don't know if this necessarily is their A game. I'd say against NIP it probably was the other day. That was a really sick series, but this is definitely good. Some good play here from Virtus.pro, and already getting the pick again. Snacks is really on top of things, isn't he? He's connecting every single AWP shot so far. I wonder what his percentage, his success rate is right now. He's going to whiff that one, but he's to spot all the players coming. Oh, the shot through the smoke, and this is looking quite scary now for Fnatic. Down to 3 players, no grenades, 0 grenades left, James. How the hell are they going to play this round with no grenades? Okay, Flush is going to pick up a smoke and then get instantly wiped off the face of the earth. 2 players left here for Fnatic now, with a minute to play with, and Pasha's going to spot another one. Crims will take him down though, and that's some extra info now for Virtus.pro. Bialy is in a scary position. I think Crims has heard him, and this is quite a bangable spot actually. If you think that the player is hiding, because that's a corner. You don't think you heard him? Because he was jumping up there from the water, so.
Yeah, but it doesn't always. It's the landing impact that makes him well, falling rather. So the jumps can make noises, but it is quite inconsistent. Sometimes it's completely silent.
What's happening again, James?
Bialy's coming in from the back.
What a menace.
But the push is coming in reasonably fast from Fnatic, but not fast enough. Crims has been caught, and again, the sandwich is real damage. Being turned into a panini this time. So the first map will go the way of the Polish side. Virtus.pro 16-10 over Fnatic, and again, I don't think the score really tells the story there, because it seems that Fnatic were dominated in that map.
Oh yeah. I'm surprised they got so many CT rounds actually, but I don't know. Seeing their form recently, it doesn't seem too surprising that Virtus.pro would have have more than enough to deal with them on overpass. And going into train, I mean, you should expect more advantage for Virtus.pro. I think this series has the 2-0 written all over it, but I suppose we'll have to see.
Yeah, I mean, Snacks is AWPing for days while JW is struggling to hit anything at the moment. We'll see if that changes on train, which will be here in a few minutes. We'll see you after the break.